Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
Netflix has given Mayweather some financial advances, and we're talking millions of dollars. I don't know exactly, but when I threw out a figure, they said it's even higher than what I threw out. I threw out multiple millions of dollars. That Netflix has provided some money. That Floyd apparently has taken the contracts that he's had and has gone to a lender and said, "Look, I'm going to be earning all of this money. Here's the signed contract proving so." And then that the lender has given him some cash up front based on that as well. So he's basically taken these numerous advances on the earnings that he's going to take. And
it's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance.
I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first-class hotels or you're, buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it.
Reports indicate Netflix is preparing to take legal action against Floyd Mayweather Jr. after allegations surfaced that he backed out of an arranged matchup with Manny Pacquiao. Journalist Lance Pugmire revealed that Mayweather had already pocketed advances worth several $1 million, which means walking away now could leave him exposed to serious legal trouble.
That he's going to take. And look, as we look at this situation, guys, it strikes me that we know how precious Floyd's O is on his record. He's 50-0, unbelievable career. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished. But he's also, it appears to be in financial straits. And the two great loves of his life, money and that zero, are conflicting with each other right now. And he's in a pickle. He's in dire straits, so to speak. And how this exactly is going to play out, you would imagine that Floyd Mayweather will come to his senses and say, "Look, I have no choice but to participate in this fight. I've got to be at my best and win this fight."
According to Fight Hype's tweet, the bout hasn't actually been called off, and they claim to have proof to back that up, though they're holding off on sharing it until the day wraps up, not wanting things to come across as a stunt. They also pushed back on why someone named Ian got their contact info and reached out, arguing his energy would be better spent questioning the person supposedly running a scam on him. Essentially, the message hints at evidence being kept in reserve for now. Wade Plemons chimed in, pointing to the Daisy and Logan Paul situations as precedent, warning that Floyd would face real legal fallout if he tried pulling a similar move on Netflix.
That they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince whoever in Dubai and stole his money. This is insane. Now he's trying to do it to Netflix. Oh yeah, he's 100% about to get sued because Team Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather signed 3 contractual agreements for a professional fight against Pacquiao. 3 separate agreements. They also claim Floyd Mayweather has been paid for signing these 3 agreements and has also taken out a cash advance payment on his purse for the fight. They also say Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract for publicly stating.
According to a post from No Smoke Boxing on X, Manny Pacquiao cautioned Floyd Mayweather that backing out of their signed September rematch could land him in serious trouble with Netflix's promoters and sponsors. The post highlights mounting tension over the contract and the fallout that could follow. Separately, Teddy Atlas weighed in, asserting that Mayweather's heavy gambling and lavish spending have been major contributors to him burning through a significant chunk of his fortune.
As I said earlier, so I don't like that, but I understand the world out there, and I understand putting yourself in that position. If he put himself in that position, some people will say, he's suing now because of his gambling habits, which was not hidden. It was not a secret. He would post, not Teddy Atlas talking about anything that wasn't out there. he would post some of his tickets, his betting tickets that he bet, you know, and they were large bets. And so some people say, oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Stephen Espinoza was named. He
Joe Rogan noted that for well over 10 years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. held the title of boxing's top draw. That said, he pointed out that bad financial decisions combined with failure to adjust over time led to money troubles that didn't have to happen.
Spends money like it's a tap, like he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever, like there's all these lawsuits, like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that, and it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Tasha K points out that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s appearance of massive wealth doesn't always tell the full story. Big paychecks don't automatically translate into financial security. Once hidden debts, obligations, and recurring costs are factored in.
Oldest in the book, y'all know when y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain in Dubai, is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give them their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash because Floyd Mayweather gave him a power of attorney to do so. And so when Floyd went down there and sued Showtime, he's suing Showtime, the company, the network, that publicizes.
Analyst Fan Nation explained that the controversy traces back to the moment Floyd Mayweather Jr. accepted an advance from Manny Pacquiao's camp. According to him, that payment wasn't merely a gesture of interest or a basic deposit. It came with a clear understanding that Mayweather had committed to an actual professional fight. Once that money changed hands, he said, the expectation was straightforward. The fight would go forward as a legitimate contest. Fan Nation added that the moment Mayweather accepted the funds, any uncertainty about the fight's status became his problem to answer for.
Pacquiao's people took an advance, right, which is money, against the fight with Manny. Watch this. He took an advance in that fight. He said, okay, I'll fight Manny, but I need an advance. After he got the advance, to my understanding, there then became an issue of whether or not the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd would be an exhibition or whether it would be a real fight. Now, let me tell you why there's a value in that for Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao wants to get his get back in the ring, a real fight with Floyd. He also, for Floyd, what's at risk is his undefeated record, because Manny Pacquiao has been a relatively active fighter, more active than Floyd has against actual world-class fighters. That's not what Floyd's been doing. Now, after the deal is done, now there's a debate between, or an issue about whether it's going to be an exhibition or whether it is going to be.
Up until that point, the deal rested on both sides being completely in sync about what the event actually was. But once questions arose around whether the fight was still legitimate, the blame shifted away from Pacquiao's team, since they'd already upheld their end by putting up the financial guarantee. He added that this shift created a real problem for Pacquiao, who signed on expecting all the benefits that come with a sanctioned bout, official standing, a payday, and a competitive weight the matchup carried. Should those benefits fail to materialize, Pacquiao's camp ends up empty-handed on what they bargained for, which turns the whole thing into a genuine contract dispute.
He got the advance. So if he got an advance, he put money in his pocket that he needed in his pocket. And then after that, he's going to switch up and say, no, I don't want to have an exhibition. I don't want to have a real fight. I want to have an exhibition. And as a result, he's depriving Manny Pacquiao of the benefit of the bargain that Manny gave him when he got that advance. Because the advance is there because Manny agreed assuming that it was going to be a real fight, not an exhibition, because there's no reason between these two guys to have an exhibition for 3 rounds and waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50-0. So it looks like Floyd's trying to get slick and
Years before any of this unfolded, business mogul 50 Cent had already flagged the possibility that Floyd Mayweather Jr. would eventually run into money trouble because of how he spends. He emphasized this wasn't some random guess. It was something already visible in the way Floyd was living at the time. In his view, Mayweather's nonstop luxury buys, extravagant lifestyle, and pricey habits were bound to chip away at his fortune no matter the size of his paychecks. 50 Cent made the point that earning massive sums doesn't guarantee lasting financial security if that money isn't managed properly. He believed Floyd's pattern of heavy spending matched by heavy earning would eventually come back to bite him.
He said this 6 years ago, and I'm gonna play it for you. 6 years ago. So 6 years ago, this is what 50 Cent said, and it's kind of hard to argue with him. Roll the clip.
So, like, we got issues over anger. He's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub, because you need that.
He noted that critics frequently dismissed 50 Cent's comments as jealousy, but he insisted his words were rooted in financial logic, not personal attacks. Even someone as decorated as Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of boxing's top earners, remains vulnerable, he argued, if his spending keeps climbing unchecked. He went on to suggest that a life built around constant luxury, public appearances, and entertainment obligations can trap anyone in an endless grind of needing to earn more. Money carries power, in his view, but it only delivers real security when handled with discipline. Otherwise, even enormous earnings can quietly slip away over time.
Boy, coming back to the ring, he said this 6 years ago. 50 said, I think he got to because the money gone. And then the host was like, what? How did he make $1 billion basically and the money is gone? How is the money gone? And 50 was like, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to go into depth about it. But with that lifestyle that he live in, that flashy stuff, he'll be eager to do club hosting and get cashed out.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
Fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
What you think? It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
Fight, get the money.
Per the report, the Floyd Mayweather Jr. matchup remains unresolved, with multiple sources confirming it hasn't been officially scrapped. The commentator says he's holding all the proof, but won't release it until day's end, wanting to avoid the appearance of making light of the situation. He also raises a question of why someone named Ian, supposedly tied to Netflix, is reaching out to him rather than confronting the person accused of the wrongdoing. The conversation suggests things are escalating by the day, with speculation that financial strain may be driving Floyd's actions. The analyst contends that Floyd's history includes shady business moves and aggressive money tactics that some have labeled outright scamming. It's also noted that the Netflix fight, set for September 19th, technically remains active, with Floyd allegedly in breach of the agreement. Adding to the mess are his ongoing legal battles, including a lawsuit involving Showtime that complicates things further.
Netflix, I think. I don't want to report that and not know it, but this person that Fight Hype is talking about, I think is someone involved with who is getting scammed there. But there's no receipts, anything like that, but this is getting, Deontay Wilder by the day, dude. I can't believe that Floyd has gone this far. It has to be a money thing, dude. It really does. Like when I said that Floyd was going broke, or at least that he was financially unstable, people were like, oh, he's got more money than you. What are you talking about? And I wasn't even trying to be mean with it. It's just a fact of the matter that Floyd has turned to the most insane business practices and downright scamming in some cases to get money that he hasn't even earned. And this looks like another example, except he's doing it in broad daylight to Netflix. Crazy. Andreas Hale also wrote a story on this. It was supposed to be on...
Coach Malachi lays out that Floyd Mayweather Jr. finds himself tangled in a major legal fight with claims that roughly $340 million may have been improperly handled or taken across various financial dealings. He stresses this isn't just about contracts and deals. It ties back to long-running patterns in how Floyd manages money personally. Malachi also points to Floyd's lifestyle as a likely factor, citing his well-known taste for big spending luxury items, a flashy public persona, gambling, and other costly indulgences.
It's clear. And now it explains why Floyd don't have Al Heyman in the lawsuit. He can't sue him. Come on, man. Al covered his tracks. Now, he may be getting sued by big corporations, stuff like that, but he's not being sued by any fighter. They can't sue him. You get what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather messed up. And adds insult to injury, Floyd Mayweather has a gambling problem, and he spends a lot of money. He loves to spend money. So whatever he have that's in his possession, he's spending that and blowing that on top of the $340 million that he said that's owed to him, meaning that he never really got paid from the Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor fight. Come on, man. Al Heyman got power of attorney. You dig? And he covered his tracks. So shout out to the brother man, Al Heyman.
Dan Raphael notes that the financial worries now swirling around Floyd Mayweather Jr. aren't entirely surprising given his long career and very public way of living. Anyone who'd been paying attention to Floyd's nonstop flaunting of wealth, he says, could have seen something like this coming, given his emphasis on luxury spending, costly purchases, and a highly visible image of success. Raphael adds that even though Mayweather raked in enormous sums inside the ring, his money habits outside of it have shaped a lot of where things stand now. He points to a steady pattern of high-end living, luxury cars, jewelry, gambling, lavish travel, as something that builds financial risk over the long haul.
People again later, and hopefully I can get it this afternoon, to actually read the specifics of the suit and what the allegations are. But the fact that Floyd would encounter some financial issues post his boxing career is not in any way a surprise to me. When you see the types of things that, when if you believe anything that he puts on his social media, the travel that he does, the places he goes, and the amount of entourage he has, I mean, that's like a money pit. I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first class hotels or you're buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it. I mean, it's all good when you're making those gigantic paydays and they're coming in, a couple times a year. You're making 40 million here and 25 million there, or even more, 100 million plus, when he fought the big mega fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao. But when that stops, that money doesn't.
Raphael also makes the point that while Floyd earned a reputation as one of boxing's biggest earners, a high income by itself doesn't guarantee lasting financial stability. Without solid financial discipline, he explains, even massive earnings can erode under the weight of accumulating lifestyle costs and obligations. Overall, he frames it as a situation where the warning signs were always present. The combination of huge earnings and equally huge spending made this outcome fairly predictable. Raphael views it as a broader cautionary tale about money management across professional sports.
40 million, it just didn't ring true to me because Al Heyman, who is not named in the suit, but apparently is supposedly part of this problem, whatever. But I mean, I've known Al Heyman and covered Al Heyman's fighters and his business since the day he stepped in boxing in like 2002 with Vernon Forrest. And all that time, and literally in terms of the PBC, a couple hundred fighters that he's dealt with, maybe not personally, but that his team is and his company, to a fighter, you never hear anybody, even when they're retired and they're not with Al anymore, nobody talks bad about him. In fact, if you ask most fighters, they'll tell you how good to them that he has been, that type of money that they've helped him make and the person that he's paid and the guy.
That wraps up today's video. Stick around. See you next time